Hey, grace and peace to you, Christ community family. I hope and pray you're healthy and well as we come together for our Wednesday's Word, our midweek devotionals. We have started this past weekend our series through Galatians. And for each week in our midweek video devotionals, I wanted to unpack a verse, kind of like a memory verse for the week from the passage that I'll be preaching the following weekend. And so this weekend I'll be preaching from Galatians, the end of chapter 1, Galatians chapter 1, verses 11 through 24. And for the verse that I wanted to ponder about and reflect this week for our devotionals, I wanted to go to verse 15. Hear now God's holy word. But when he who had set me apart before I was born, and who called me by his grace, he who has set me apart before I was born, and who called me by his grace. Now, this is Paul talking here, right? And if you know Paul's track record, before he was Paul, he was a Saul. And when he was a Saul, he was the biggest antichrist. He was the biggest sinner of all sinners. He was the biggest criminal of all criminals, because he was going after and killing Christians after Christians after Christians. But here he is testifying, right, that he believes that God had set him apart before he was even born. He believes that God even set him apart and called him by his name, called him by grace. Church, we are living in a crazy world right now, right? We're living in a world full of chaos, full of division, full of hatred, full of evil. But I think this verse is a memory verse that we need to hold on to. We need to seek solace and comfort in this fact that our God is a God who set us apart before we were even born. Our God is a God who called us by name. Our God is a God who calls us by his grace, not because of what we do. Not because of our track, not because of what we haven't done. Our God calls us by grace. Unconditional grace. We're all sinners, right? We all make mistakes. We all fall short. We all can be swayed by the things of the world, and we let our emotions get the best of us, right? And we can let our minds wander. But Paul's testimony here sets us apart. We are set apart before we were even born. Before we were even created in our mother's womb, we were set apart from God. God had a plan for us. God had a plan for me. God had a plan for you. Set apart before we were even born. Church, we're called by grace. How awesome is that, right? How awesome is that to know that in our day-to-day, in our daily walk with Christ, in our daily relationship with Christ, we don't have to rely on whether or not we have the burden to save ourselves. But God's grace has already saved us. We can do the kindness, we can do the righteous acts because of that grace, not on our own will. As we go about this week, I'm sure all of us are in different places in regards to our emotions, in regards to our busyness, in regards to our day-to-day. Some of us may be stressed already, and it's just the middle of the week. Some of us feel like it's probably been a year of a week already. Some of us feel like, oh my goodness, like why is this just so full of chaos? But may we go back to this verse and be reminded over and over again, as the moment that as soon as we wake up, that's right, God set me apart before I was born. God called me by name. God called me by his grace. May Paul's testimony be each and every one of our testimonies as we go about this week and every week. Love you all, but God loves you more. I hope you have a blessed week.